We got 11 minutes till showtime here, the non-farm payroll. And I see people talking about the fundamental situation, but since I don't trade fundamentals, I wouldn't know what they're talking about. I just don't have a clue. So, and as if that really mattered, right? Because I just trade price. So I'm just going to try to make some space here for the market. And hopefully it's going to come into my order bank. I'm kind of grid trading this news. Things are kind of... Okay, so I got all these orders plotted out here. Trying to capture some volatility today. I'm going to pretty much be scalping. I put some psychotic orders way out Disneyland. So we'll just see what happens. These are all hand placed on this one. This should be pretty crazy. I'm expecting a ruckus event. And here's the gold market testing the top. There's a Dow Jones coming back up into resistance. What used to be support's now resistance, and you got 9 minutes to go. For all that news. Unemployment rate. I was like double listed here, I don't know. Computer's got a little problem here. We'll get non-farm payroll. Okay, so all this drama, and yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm gonna hit the pause button, come back just before the big news coming up on the news here. So who knows? But I put sells up here on the euro, way up here. And let's just going to see what happens, I guess. It used to be, well, I mean, kind of slightly in the market, but pretty slight. And actually short the dollar along the yen a little bit here. But I put these really wide grids up here that last all day. I kind of saved these for news days because we could easily move 100 pips in the blink of an eye, so I would have no time to go and buy at the market, and I wouldn't want to trust myself to do that, so I might get a requote and just bad slippage here. So got about 30 seconds. It looks like Dow Canadian's about to take a plungeola, so I would definitely scalp that. And spreads are going to get tremendously wide here. So this should be fun. It always is. And I usually make money on a news day. And I can actually use these scripts I wrote that are very outlandish prices. So I'm going to watch my real money here. I got some demos running. Okay, looks like I'm about stopped out of this. So here we go. 5 seconds. So got stopped out of my short yen. Go figure, right? But when the spread goes to 16 on the euro yen, you know, you're gonna get stopped out. Okay, just sit back and wait for the money to roll in. So let me take a look around here. No surprise that the Dow Canadian is going to go for retest here. See my other accounts are doing. So far no fills here. I'm going to throw an order in here. I think we could take a big plunge here. The dollar, and then let's sell this guy up here. I think this is all over. You know, I'm basically trading reversals, spikes. So for me, this is a buy. I get in super deep here with a grid. That's usually, now this is had I had my sell up in that, I would have been able to scalp that one without even trying. That would have been really nice and easy. So this is the last three on here are the dollar pairs, because I definitely want to get in there. Now here's a demo I'm running of just hand dropped, precision dropped orders. Haven't got filled on anything here. Let's see. Yeah, this account Okay, so here's the, you just have to wait to get filled if you put your orders so far away from current price. And here's the only demo I could get running. The other one just lost its sync. Okay, so here it would look like this. I'm going to buy a 30 pips deep here on this dollar Canadian. It's still plunging. So I'm getting out in front of the market, basically catching a falling knife, even though I guess they claim you can't do that. Huh. We'll see. I got too many orders and I got to get filled on this bank. Okay. So it's kind of it's pretty boring when you've just got your orders so far away. Okay, I'm about to get filled here on this dollar Canadian. Should this be easy scalp here? 100 pips. Looking for it to slam down and reverse. This is 4-hour charts. And everybody's a winner today because people could say, you know what, it went up and one guy's long, the other guy's short. Well, so much volatility. Everybody's right. Everybody's right. So you got an hour before the Dow opens. So we have to go through this. Some of my orders just deleted there. So I'm going to throw another bank in. Now I can start to, as the market calms down here, I can start to put in the half hours. So there's a half hour bank. And there's a half hour. And there's a half hour because we would have gone down to here already. So I'm giving it a half hour to get there, and I'm going to give it an hour to get down here. And let's not neglect these spaz currencies. So the euro spikes up and spikes down, and I'm sure some guy's in 100K going into the news. He just wiped his account out. I mean, and then he's going to blame his broker. So I'm kind of, I have no bias at all today because it's all about volatility. So if you don't have a volatility bot, you have to really be kind of a volatility aficionado. Because if you have MACD, even on a 1 minute chart, I guess a 1 minute chart maybe. How about the 6 second chart? I think they got that out of that. Swiss brokers got the 6 second chart on their currents X platform. But you can't beat the frequency of trading you can do on a MT4, especially now that I can run vertical and total really grid trade it. So I got no fills here at the 100 handle, but that would have been a nice entry. I always want to get into that 100 handle. Maybe get a retest here. So I'm going to put in a tight 15-minute order bank. And if we can swing down here one more time. This one, I'm going to say, give it a half hour to get filled. I think the interest rates eventually go up. So fundamentally, I'm sure the fundamentals will finally kick into this market. So I'm going to buy. See, I might get the retest on this Canadian here. So, but that was a nice 20 pip scalp there, and then you just reload the gun. So you just keep on reloading and reshooting, and just over and over again, a million trades. And if you make a million trades a year and 100,000 of them work out, then you're making money. Okay, see if I attempt to blow up this account. No, I'm actually making money now. So here's the account that I couldn't get the other demo to run when they updated MT4. I lost my sync. So that was a terrible thing. So here's the demo. I think I started off with $5 grand, took it down to $3 grand. I think actually I had this down to $1,200. But I'm trading pretty aggressive here. I figure this would be the day to really lay into it. If I can get out of something here, I'll put in another pending. So now that I could go to the 5 minute charts on these, because now that the market's kind of been open for 5 minutes, I figure 5 minute traders are going to come in on the first double bottom they see, and that's always a great ride for to piggyback on the 5-minute traders. So here's the news came out, and then so now I didn't have a stop entry on this, but I have reversals basically. So I don't have stop entry. I'm not using that that technique right now. So in other words, I sold here, and the dollar Canadian. I bought this one. I did wrap the tickets around the round handle. So see what that looks like. It actually plunged through it, and here we go. Here's my take profit, and that's it. Okay, that's a spike bank, and it's actually says scalp on this because I did write it with super tight exits. I mean, not making a ton of money there, but it's a high probability trade. So that's what I'm about, the high probabilityness of it all. Of course, it could, this got another hour before Dow opened, so this could go through this whole, all this garbage, and then finally go up. So here's a classic use of this script. This script's written for this scenario, and it's a news script really. And I think if you just traded on Thursday mornings with the news scripts, you just trade once a week and make money. Of course, you'd have to have the discipline not to start fooling around with the account and try to trade it on other things, on other instruments. So, yeah, does it work? Yeah, it works. And of course, I don't know what the dollar amount risk was on. Those are pretty hefty stops on some of these scalps. Like, I think these might be the stops for these scalps. No, that's actually for this bank. So now I got out of a little bit here, so I can put in a. If I'm thinking it's going to pull back 10 pips. Here I'm looking for a, I'd be looking for a pullback, right? So I instead of buying at the market or babysitting this thing, I could throw this thing out here for 15 minutes. I could throw this one out here for. I don't think I have any. Let me go dig through for a 40-minute. Okay, so this would overlap. That's a 15 and this is a 30. I think I used up my available orders here, but I could overlap a 15 and a 30 in the same general prices. Now I tried to, when I was writing each of these, to shuffle it differently so that I had diversification even in slight amounts. So even the 1 hour and the 1 day 30s, that these would actually be slightly different internally and maybe size wise, but haven't got organized to the point of actually getting everything, my favorite scripts or the favorite scenarios. And of course you have to take into account the ATR of the currency, because certainly some ridiculous look at this thing here. These are really wide moving big movers. Here's the but I just, I'm just taking a grid trading approach, but it's like a hybrid of grid trading. It's not true grid trading because I'm not getting into anything until it passes through my price. And typically, all the orders I place would be here. Now here's a break even, 40 pips to make 40 pips. And sometimes these drops won't go in. They'll die if the broker doesn't have enough ticks coming in. And there's a couple of warnings on this. When you use the new compiler in MT4, you get some warnings on this one. But okay, so this is just retarded trading here. You just don't even care. So you're going to sell high and you're going to buy low. So you'd sell up here, right around this blue line. The big round numbers, for some reason, people psychologically, they just like it on their books. They like to just see that. They don't want to hem and haw over 10 pips, 8 pips. I know they have fifth decimal brokers out there. That's another thing. If you're trading on a 4-digit broker, it's a little easier. It looks more like, it looks like an old-fashioned commodity market, but at least it looks like, it doesn't. If you're an impulsive person, a 5-decimal tick chart looks like the market's crashing and going up really hard, where on a 4, you're a tenth away from the zoom. You're 10 times zoomed out from that kind of volatility on the tick chart. So if you're going to watch a tick chart, it's very distorting, and every broker has If you did arbitrage where you had like 5 brokers up and watched their tick charts and you pulled the trigger on the one that had the best price, you'd notice the lag. You'd notice the broker, their spread's going to be involved in the way that tick chart looks. So I guess if you wanted to be a psycho scalper, you would just have foot switches assigned to the different brokers. You'd have 4 tick charts up looking for the best price in that last nanosecond. You pull the trigger, and certainly going to do better than a robot. No robot could do that, and I can't get a robot to queue up all these round numbers for me. It would be sweet. But so I'm kind of manually trading this account in the sense of dropping these. Like these are 40 to 40 break even. Here's a double your money. So if it comes down here, I want to bounce off that and get out on an 80 pip bounce off of this. This is like the clearinghouse price. I don't think anybody, when gas gets to $2.50 a gallon, that'll be a 50 handle, and I think people would be very astounded. They'll start thinking about $2 to $3, so that range starts to come to mind as a possibility. And so let me see if I'm making any money on this this fake money. Okay, so I'm almost out of this, and I'm actually short the euro still. So this is left over after the scalp out of the. See how dollar Canadian's pulling back now. So that's, maybe I'm still in that. Still in some of that dollar Canadian. So look how this thing's pulling back. See, now I could come in here with a really tight, almost. Look, this will be 30 minutes, I think, on this ticket if it goes in. It looks like I used up my available. Kind of got a little carried away there. Let me take something off the table. I'll take these 2 profits off and see if I can't get in on a retest. At least a couple. Okay, so a couple buy limits here. So if I thought I missed the train on the dollar Canadian here, which, I mean, who couldn't see that coming, right? So the breakout traders, either going up or down. So you could have done a static, which I didn't. I don't have a. So here's a breakout. I have a static breakout. In other words, you could lay a script in here that sells and has buy stops here and sell stops there. And when this average true range gets so tight, and here as it goes into the into this like duh, I wonder if there's any stops down there. So no amount of MACD is going to, but this is where all the money is. See this top became a bottom on the 4-hour dollar Canadian. So why wouldn't you just have a pending there to buy, right? Okay, looks like I'm getting filled on a retest here. Or I just took profits on that. I just took profits on this. British pound, I guess that was what I was in. It looks like the euro to me. Okay, so the euro, I still want to buy that. I think I ran out of available tickets here. 10 pips deep. Yeah, I don't know this broker. They don't let you put many orders in. So, anyways, let me come back when the Dow's open. But yeah, so please hold. Okay, it's top of the hour, and we're retesting the round number on dollar Canadian here. I was trying to get in at the market, but I used up all my available trading. But I'm just underwater. $2 on this. But look how we beautifully right at the top of the hour. Now this is just a classic. On the 1 hour, it's a perfect reversal on the round number on close. So there's your conspiracy theory right there. That the banks can't think past. Look at. See that? Look at. I wonder why, huh? Because that's where the trade window is. This broker's not going to let me place any new orders, but maybe I can back these down since these are really scalp orders. But your basic order entry would look like this. You can see how wide the stops are on these things. Can't always drag these down. But if you got down to this thing and all you placed was precision orders here, the trade here is you're buying this and you're getting out here. So you're going to make 50 pips, or you're going to get out here, previous support right here. Okay, blew through it, come back to it, up, down, up, down, up, down. But look at all the money here. As each one of these slots is a day. Okay, this was the auction theory. Come out, grab all these guys above the round number, rip it all the way back, and comes all the way back down to the 100, bounce off, a little chatter here. Here's the previous bottom, becomes a top, flows through the round. You had buy orders at this top. See these all these tops in here? You bought that. Hopefully you had a wide enough stop. You also, this whole range here, you buy, and then why is it, this is a double bottom, becomes a new top. I'm sure you could get a moving average on that, right? That's just going down. I mean, of course, if your moving average is too slow, it's still in the uptrend. That's why moving averages suck. Okay, there I said it. So now, these double bops come at top, and then yeah, you can draw a trend line because trend lines aren't moving averages. They're adapting. Always, they're dynamic. They're constantly changing. Here's the uptrend that just can't get it done. But now we're coming back into a better price. There's going to be more buyers down here, so since I can't place any new orders, I'm going to back up the ones I got, take myself to a point of scaling into this swing down in here, and I would say place some big fat orders right here where everybody would be stopped out of this. So as you can imagine, but this is the big top. Here's the other big top. So this is a big key price here. So how much time you got and how many orders you want to place, and so here I place a buy order there, right? So if you had the patience, I'm sure if you're swing trading this thing, you're going to have to wait for the completion of this channel. The channel's big now, so possibly all the way in here. You swing through all this garbage, and you have orders sitting down there. You move all your buy limits down there and just walk away from it, because the confirmation is the fill on these tickets. You don't wait for confirmation. The execution's the confirmation, because you got your orders there. Where all the the central banks have their orders. Like, you think it's a buy at $1.09? Okay, so Dow Jones in 25 minutes. Let me go look, see if I got had to buy the Dow Canadian at the market here, because I think that is the turn here. So, and I had to sell this at the market, and they of course pissed me off again by running up just a little bit there. So, but that's New Zealand right to the round. Look at that. Now New Zealand is inverted to dollar Canadian, but look how they ran that right to almost the round. Now look at it. Rip all the way back to this one, or 50 pips, and get the hell out. So you make either 50 or 100, and it's just as a static trading. You're static trading it. You're not trying to. In other words, you pick the bottom here. See, I just got filled on this one. Now these are all precision drops. I just got filled on that. Now I put my order down here, not near the round, because I didn't think. Although look at all these pendings. So this was one of those things where this will be the 5th time to this price. Okay, but this is the accumulation phase for a big launch, big possible move up to here, and all those pips. But this being the key support there. Of course, this is going to go up 40 pips for me to get out. Now I could say, you know what? I think it's gonna tank more, or I could say, I got filled on that one, and I think we could actually. This is starting to look creepy, so I can grab these guys and move them down, and this way I can, get the hell out of the way. And I'm not getting filled on these. So, but I do want to get filled at this price because I'm going to play the bounce off that price, and the bounce is going to be at least 40. It's got to be at least 40 pips and not go any lower than 40 pips. But as long as your orders are clustered in a pack, unless you got enough money, you could literally buy every 10 pip handle drop. But I've tried that, and that's a little bit too martingale-ish. You might end up with like martingale. If you look up martingale trading, where you just keep buying when it goes against you. Yeah, if you got enough money in your account, it's a killer trade. But this is a little more precision. Now here, there's this guppy. I have no fills unless we really go up and really go down. So, okay, so let's just go back to the gold market here. This is daily gold, and Dow Jones is up against this major support, is becoming resistance. Maybe waffle here for a little bit, and then we have to come down maybe to here, or maybe it just comes and consolidates here, catches its breath, and then we go for a run at this resistance. But gold's all choppy here. I'd definitely be taking profits if I bought down at 1180. And even if I bought here, I would just be scalping this. But this may trade sideways for the next 3 years and just make everybody crazy. Just trade in a narrow range. So that's the problem with the market. It doesn't do what you want to do when you want it to do it. So that's how you get killed. Okay, I'm starting to get filled on this order bank here, looking for a plunge all the way down 100 pips and then a retrace of at least 50, and I'll make money. So now I had to back away this order because I think it definitely is going to come crushing down here now. But I'm going to start throwing these in because now it looks like a very high probability bounce off this round and this round. So this is one of those days when the market really, you can make some fast money. You also lose it pretty fast too. So I sold at the tippy top here on the 1 hour at the market, and I bought a little bit at the market here when we went below. But this has literally got to clean down for 8 hours straight and a 4 hour bounce. So here's the tick chart on that. Kind of crazy. But this is my favorite kind of scalp because it's pretty much going to be over before the Dow opens. So I'm looking for the Dow to rally, and then when the cash market opens, the Dow is going to start to go in a range, and I'll just be able to capture all this stuff here. Now I'm going to start throwing in even deeper orders now in case it really goes off the rails. So all this is scalp. But yeah, I'm down just on the entry here. But I've seen this where we go down 30 pips below the round, and then we zoom up. Here's my take profits. Should probably move this one up right to the last known wick low. But this is pretty conservative. These guys are going to get out there, bam, 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 and when the Dow opens. And if it does keep tanking, then I want to buy real quick. Well, it's just going to auto buy. Okay, I'm not getting filled in this. This should be nice and easy. It's just kind of like hands-free trading, really. What they say, plan your trades, trade your plans. So that's my plan, is to buy this psycho plunge and then the retrace just before the Dow opens. This trade should only last an hour. And New Zealand to the these guys aren't confirming this move, so this is just a big washout into this this support here, you know, big stop hunt, whatever they call it, but fell into that hole. So this is the concavity that I'm trading. We just have to wait for this to fill up. As far as it goes is as far as it goes. And so I'm going to get way out in front of it now again for another order bank. And definitely a big buyer down here. But I don't know, it just seems like the logical thing to do, you know, buy low, sell high, basically is what I'm doing, buy low, sell high. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this, here I'm going to take some profits right now, back to the round. And then I'll put in another, or I don't have to put another bank in, I could just scalp that. And maybe put in one 15 pips deep when the Dow opens. So, and then here's the demo that's kind of struggling here. Okay, this one I think I can start buying super tight here. Freed up some orders on this one, but I got filled on this big bank here. So this one I did get filled on these scalps. Now some of these are scalps and some of these are swing trades and what have you. You know, the whole gamut. But really, who wouldn't be a buyer here on the, you know, looking at the big time frame? But you really didn't have to if you're a person that shops price, and I think most people shop price. Like if you could get a car half off, would you buy it? Well, the nice thing about a pending order is basically you're telling the dealership that when it goes half off, set a car aside for me. In other words, here's the money. When it goes on sale, okay, I've already signed the papers here, just pull it out of inventory, stuck it on the side, I'll be able to pick it up whenever I want. Well, that's really a pending order. A pending order, it's better than running down to the sale. Now, a lot of people want to run down to the sale. They're like, woo, I got in, look at me, I bought there, and it's like very exciting to trade at the market. But it's all loser, you know. Like, I think I have one market order in here. So I always make sure I have the market orders listed. I'm sure statistically, all my pendings make more money than my market orders, guaranteed. Sometimes I'd say there's a 3% window when trading at the market makes sense, and it would be something like here where you're like, oh my God, now if a signal alarm went off on your platform, by the time you got to your platform and executed that trade, it's already moved. You've missed the whole concept of this trade, this auction theory, where you're getting at the lowest low, you're scalping out, and then you buy the retest. Maybe you buy the retest. But really, that alarm went off. It's only been 40 seconds that spike has been taking place on this 4-hour chart. So I go 1 minute chart. Thank God for a 64-bit platform now. Look at this. Look at this. You know, okay, your alarm went off here on the breakout, and then let me guess, you went short. So you're like, woof, getting killed. Get out. Okay, maybe there is a retest coming, but if your alarm went off here on this 1 hour bar, by the time you got over to your computer, by the time you go open the order, by the time you get in, you're getting late. You missed this. And I know it seems ridiculous to get out in front of the market like that, but look at all that money. Are you kidding? Even this bounce here that I made money on earlier, this is like the first bounce. Then I expected the retest, and I also expected a possible plunge here. So I had enough money in the account, enough orders to not be freaked out by this and not wonder, oh, my stochastics is oversold here, so I really loaded up. I mean, if you're looking at that, then, you know, I mean, you're dead. In Forex, you're dead. Maybe you got stock market, you know, you're trading Apple and you're like got big wide stops. But if you're coming in from the stock market world to trade this stuff, personally, for me, all the money is on this psycho slams, all these spikes. Like, look at the spike here. Come on. Look at the money here. Look at that 1 hour. It's nuts. Look at these things. Look at this. 3 hours down off of failure on there's 100. It's not painting up there, but there's 100 round up there. Okay, so hopefully I scalp out of this before Dow's going to open in 8 minutes. So I always kind of see this pattern where the news breaks out, they run it in one direction because they're like, woohoo, well, there's order imbalance, so there's orders being hit, and then it's got to reverse because this is short squeeze because the Dow's going to open, and if you only make it to this number here and get out, you still made 30 easy pips because they're easy because you're not getting in on anything but price. You're not saying, oh, well, my indicators say this and that and the other thing, so you're pulling the trigger. That is just, if you can do that, I mean, I used to do it, but never looking at the indicators because I'd always think, oh, it looks like a good idea, but then when I'll go to trade, I would just be looking at how much margin I had available. But, yeah, I mean, I guess as I say, to each his own. But so here's a 4-hour zoom out, and everybody's. So what I'm going with here is just, I don't care about the currency. But if a currency looks like it's going to do what that dollar Canadian looked like it was going to do, I could either sold it from this breakout of this consolidation. I could have had stops in there. I'm not a stop entry guy, but I could have stacked up all these little baby stops in there, taken that money and be done in 1 hour. Or I can trade the bounce. And I kind of like the bounce just because, I don't know, I guess I just like getting in it on these scalp limits. And you could do both. You could have this sell here and then buy the plunge. That's probably the ultimate way to approach it, is to be bullish and bearish at the same time, which it just seems like the whole industry, everything I read, everything I see posted is all about, we're bearish, and so we're only looking to enter on that side of it without thinking about fading it. And it's a very inflexible thought, and the whole idea of direction and the whole idea of this and that and the other thing, and charts that are just gonzo wide. If you're scalping, why would you care? Look at this perfectly good scalp here. It has nothing to do with anything back here. I mean, you go to the monthly, didn't matter today. It just has nothing to do with anything. So if you're scalping on the 4-hour, your trade looks like this, where you bought the apex of this triangle right here. See, like this triangle here? Well, if you went to the 1 hour, I'm sure there's a nice, perfect triangle there. So if you are, see this guy's here, but you're buying the retest to the apex of that triangle. See how this came down to the apex of that triangle on that spike? So that's how you trade the news. Of course, on the line chart, this is what people complain about. This may be going up, and they got kicked out of it. They bought here. They fundamentally read the news. They're fundamentalists. They're reading the news, and news is great. But when the order imbalance is at play, then how are you going to trade the news unless you have psycho-wide things, psycho-wide? And if you're on the daily, I mean, you can make a hill or beans of this thing. Some guy said it was going to 96. I don't think so. So, but I don't know. I guess it depends what time frame you're on. Anyways. Okay, let me just re-queue this. Thank God for vertical charting. Now I don't have to worry about the past. They say the past is tough on you. So, okay, I think I'm going to almost scalp out of this. In 4 minutes, the Dow Jones is going to open. So I'm looking for this thing to blast up there. And then, I don't know, maybe get a retest. Selling up into here worked out because it was that classic where on a Friday, it comes up, chops off the tops, and then comes all the way back. Just like this happened on a Friday back here. This drama was the Friday chop, and here was a Friday chop here. Chop out the tops, come back, chop the top of the trees off, come back. This one not quite there yet, the British pound, but I'm gonna put some sellers up there. I think we could go up there in an hour. Same thing with the euro, go up there in an hour. And then yeah, I think it's kind of, that was a great scalp there. But yeah, just have to wait, of course, you know. But at least you're not waiting too long when you scalp. At least it's more instant gratification. I think that's why a lot of people want to scalp, but they don't want to. I don't really want to be in the market that long. Okay, I got 3 minutes here, and then it'd be the exit here. So let me just go to the this guy. I did get filled here. See now, look how he came down and took out that wick, and see, I probably shouldn't have backed my orders up. I got a little scared there. Even though it's fake money, the spread's like 6 pips here. But this ticket that I did have here, I don't know if that would have got filled. Well, maybe. But it's okay. I'm still in these guys that I got in this congestion zone. So I'm getting in this zone at least. And this euro yen looks like it's going to stop north. So I'm going to get out in front of it, put some cells way up here in Disneyland. And this looks like it's going to come down. So I'm going to get underneath it. As long as I don't place my orders in the same spot, then I'm fulfilling the diversification rules. You got to diversify, so you diversify in order placement. The guppy looks like it's going to go pretty hard north here. So it's Friday, there's not much time left for these swings to play out on the 4 hour, but look at this thing. Look at that euro. Crazy. But yeah, that's definitely, wow. Okay, so like my dollar Canadian, I'm just trying to get to this round in like 1 minute. So, or 50 seconds. Yeah, it's pretty quick and dirty money there. You can just do that, if that's all you ever did. Look at this euro go stomping. But I want to sell that up here, so I'm going to get out in front of that one too. For this scalp cluster, to me that's pretty low risk trade. Okay, stock market's going to open in 30 seconds. See up in here, I think that's a pretty low risk trade there. Okay, looks like we got 15 seconds. My conspiracy's holding true here. Look at this pullback here. Man. Wow. Look at that. See they rip it? Now they could rip it down all day now after that. Real changing of the guard here. Beats that 1 hour the news digests, and then here comes the Dow. Okay, so the Dow's open. Now at this point, if I don't get filled in the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to take all the profits off the table right now. Because, well, I got about 5 minutes here, so let me go see how this guy's doing. See, now I'm kind of suspicious. This is like just, chattery here, so I think I'll scalp out of some of these, even if it's at break even. And because I just think I'm in too heavy. Because we could plunge now. Now that the Dow's open, this could plunge too. So you don't want to overexpose yourself. I'd rather get on this guy. Because this one's kind of, it's kind of weird. Like another poke through there and it's just going to go. It's just going to go to hell. So I'll buy down there in hell and then come back to this guy. Okay, so this guy's going to, looks like it's going to clear the trees here at least in the next 2 minutes here. So I can cash out of that. And, the volatility is scary. So, this thing I barely got filled just on this one I bought at the market. So I had a plan to buy deeper, but not to say it can't go down there. This thing looks pretty eager to blow out the top here, so I'm gonna sell way up here if this broker's got that script in there. So my stop's way up here. It's pretty much a scalping day for me. I can't imagine any others. This is the euro against the pound. Kind of bizarre currency. Got a scalp bank here, and if it blows through that one, it'll pick up this one down here. Look at that euro pull back. Amazing. Look at that. Yeah, I think the dollar's going to be coming back, and crude's going to go down, and gold's going to go down, and you know, in the long term, not in the next 20 seconds or nothing. Okay, look at that. Didn't hit it. So, 3 minutes there. See, now I want to buy the retest. So I'm going to come in pretty tight underneath, like this. That's a 15-minute order, and there's a 30. And now I'm really going to load the wagon, because if we go down here and do another retest, that's a high probability for me. And then let me take off this New Zealand profit and look to get in on the retest of that. So yeah, I guess my sense is I feel like I can kind of gauge that we're going to come up here, so I'll move these out of the way. Just get them scooched up around this round number. I had them at the apex of that triangle, but so at least you can manage the risk here, and then you know, not trading at the market. Kind of tempting to get in here at the market, but see, I got that one fill at the market. Might still get a retest. Okay, look at this possible plunge down into here and pick up some more of this. So maybe I'll get my insane spike today on dollar Canadian. It'll just blow your mind. Like, it would look like this, but just way bigger. But yeah, dollar Canadian was due for a little bit of a discount after that big giant performance here at the top. And of course, all the trend people are saying, just hang in there, just hang in there. So 5 minutes retest down a little bit there, but really almost got out there, because I've seen that before where it just comes to there and then goes for the replunge. Of course, in the 5 minute it looks like that, where it comes all the way back and then almost gets out there. So okay, well that's and then this guy here is a demo, surviving the demo here. Okay, that's I don't know, just have to wait, I guess. Stuff takes forever.